Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ryan, aka Hero, and we are back with another video. Today I have a special one. We are doing a top 10 video. Now, this top 10 isn't going to be very listed from 10 to 1 really, just because all of these units are great for Wyvern, but they all do their own little thing, you know what I mean? Obviously there are better units than, some other units, but I'll get into that when I'm talking about each character. Now, just to start off and talk about an honorable mention, just some free-to-play units, we have Crozet and Furious. Both those units very good for their own reasons. Crozet is an amazing tank, and Furious got that bang bang pow. Alright, so let's hop right into it, right? Just kidding, before that, I gotta do my YouTube stuff, right? Make sure you guys leave a like and all that great stuff, please. I really, please.
Victory is right in front of us.
Alright, so first, at number 10, we have Kadeem. Karen, you already know. And she is an incredible unit, if built correctly. Now basically, I would recommend you build her on crit damage and critical hit rate. Really maximize the damage, but also, try to get some effectiveness in there. Now the main reason why she is so strong is the skill 2 right here. Basically, you get a 70% chance to decrease defense, and it gives you an extra turn. But that 70% is a line when we go and look at the Wyvern. So, hold up. One of these times I'm gonna get the crit hit. Look at these 70% rate chance right here, guys. Alright, well anyways. Once you do that, you have the S3, which also is a very strong damaging skill. But basically, she's only here for defense break and damage. She does get outclassed by some other units for the defense break and relatively the damage too, which is why she is at number 10. Still a very solid unit if you don't have any other units. She is a 4-star. Alright, next we have Tanner Guard at number 9. He is only here for one reason. The skill 1. When you auto, you don't even put on his skill, you just use this. Basically, what you want to do is... that's it, right? S1. That's all you need. You have a 70% chance to defense break, again, depending on how you build him. That 70% is a lie. So you're going to want to build him with a lot of effectiveness and a lot of speed. As much speed as you can basically put on this unit. You don't need to make him very heavy damage dealing or anything like that. Yeah, that'd be nice. You throw on, what do you call it? The artifact Joker or something like that, yeah. The one where it goes off of the boss's health, the 3%. Daydream Joker. But yeah. So all you have to do, very good unit for defense break. Again, there are better units, but he is a 3-star, and that's all you really need to know. Everybody will get him, and he's just a very solid defense breaker. The only thing is, it is only one for one turn, so you are going to want to build him as fast as you can. That way you can get in as much of defense breaking as you can, and that should make your Wyvern runs a lot easier.
Don't be scared.
At number 7, we have Luna. Luna used to be one of the best units in the game. She still is a very powerful unit, but is outclassed in terms of damage, which is one of 2 reasons why she is here. So, her S3 gives that defense break. Very nice. You set that up. It is for only one turn once again, so, chances are you won't be getting that defense break. But overall damage, she is an ice type and a very powerful one at that.
I will not forgive.
Moving on to number 6, we have Lew Luka. Now, I recently figured out that she is a pretty powerful unit in terms of Wyvern. She has 2 moves that does do defense break, and the cool thing is, this defense break on her S3 is for 2 turns, along with her S1. I didn't even realize that, wow. But, you know, defense break is very, very necessary in Wyvern. So whenever you can find a unit that has that defense break, you're going to want to make very good use of that. And the fact that she does have a 2-turn defense break is a very, very nice factor. Now, I don't really know what to build her on. Like I said, I just recently found her out, so if you guys want to help me, leave in the comments down below. And yeah. Alright, at number 6 we have Chloe. Chloe, I recently pulled her and I'm so glad because I might actually build her for Wyvern. Now, she does have crazy damage, huge multipliers, but some other cool thing is she does give the magic nail, which when attacked receives additional damage equivalent to 2% of max health with a, well, the stun doesn't really matter, but yeah, all of her moves has the chance to inflict magical nail, which will just keep that increase of damage. It's a little bit something to add on to a defense break, so it's always just really nice to have, you know. Whatever way you can add more damage in, you gotta take it. Wyvern is a crazy beefy unit to take down, and whatever helps in you know, adding in attack will be a nice addition. And she is nice in that fact because, yeah, if you do have a defense break, you can also include this, and it's just, you know, just nicer. It's just nicer. Alright, moving on to a 3-star unit that was a very much of a sleeper. Alright, so we have Alexa, and she, 1, does crazy nice damage, and 2, adds in another debuff. In Wyvern 13, if you add in 3 debuffs on that Wyvern, his attack is significantly lower. So basically any different type of debuff you can add will help you in the long run. And she gives 2 you know, it's nice. It's nice. And they're all on quick rotations. This one's 3, this one's 5. You can turn that one down to 4. It's just a very, very good unit. I see a lot of people doing the Wyvern 13 guides using Alexa. She's very accessible to everybody, and you can use her without actually having to use Moragora. You can actually just use the secondary, the 3-star version of that. So definitely a unit that anybody can really build. You do need some pretty nice damage and everything along those lines with her, but she'll do the job, which is very cool to see, that being she is a 3-star and she's putting out that damage, that amount of debuffs. Just a very useful unit. Alright, at number 4, gosh, you just gonna cut me out? Okay, anyways, Dizzy. At number 4, we have Dizzy, a very, very nice unit for if your main tank isn't as strong as you would like. We have Dizzy's S3, the very nice debuffer. So, with her S3, we have decreased speed, decreased attack, and decreased hit chance. Decreased speed doesn't work on Wyvern, but we'll take the last 2. Decreased attack and decreased hit chance. Again, very, very useful if you are a beginner and don't have the best tank or something along those lines. If you have even a weirder team comp that you don't use the tank, you know, this is a very nice debuffing power. Really will make the Wyvern hit a lot less strong. Now, another really cool thing is this Gamma Ray here S2. This will extend any debuffs that the Wyvern has by 1 turn. So if you were running a Tanner Guard or a Kadeem and you hit and you land that debuff, the defense break, it's only for 1 turn. So you use Gamma Ray, you make it 2 turns. Very nice, just extending the more time that you can do crazy damage on that Wyvern. Very useful unit. I use her currently on my Wyvern 13 team. I built her up with speed. I wish I could have her even faster, but that is, you know, the best I can do right now. Alright, at number 3, we have General Purge. Now, he is the only unit that is not an ice unit on this tier list, or on this top 10 list, and that is because he just is a very useful unit. Now, I recently started building General Purge, and I can already see the difference he's making on my team. You are going to want to build him as beefy as you can, and if possible, faster than your DPS units. And that is because of his S3, which just increases attack. That's nice if you are doing an auto team. Set that up, all your units have increased attack, and they take off the 3 fodder at the beginning very quickly, and you're good to go. Now, the main reason why I decided to build General Purge is the S2, the skill 2, and that is increase combat readiness of all allies by 10% when the caster is attacked. Now, Wyvern attacks 3 times on the front unit, which is General Purge. Now that means you're increasing the combat readiness of your units by 15 if you do the Maragoras. You definitely need to if you're running General Purge, but 15, 30, 45% combat readiness every single time Wyvern attacks General Purge. Now that's just nice to keep on increasing that attack. If your DPS are slower than Wyvern itself, General Purge is your man. He is just very nice, and again, if you build him strong enough or beefy enough, a lot of health, a lot of defense, then you should be able to take out the Wyvern before General Purge dies. That is the goal after all. And yeah, very strong tank front unit. Highly recommended. Let's move on.
I'll accept your duel.
Alright, at number 2, we have Seaside Bellona, the unit that I wish I had. She makes the game so much easier in all respects, but in terms of Wyvern, she is a very strong unit because she has 1 defense break and 2 target. Very useful in both regards. Again, like I said, same thing with Chloe. The target increases damage received by the target by 15% while decreasing evasion by 15. Now, that's just amazing, you know? Addition to, let's say you ran Seaside, Chloe, General Purge, and the number 1 unit on this list, I'll show you guys in a minute. You will generally be getting defense breaks, freaking target, and the nail. So you're just doing crazy amounts of damage to the Wyvern. You could probably, if you had these units built right, you could finish off the Wyvern before he even puts up his shield, which is very nice. And let me just show off the ultimate just because it's pretty.
Bye-bye.
Along with her S3, I even forgot, glad I did that. She adds in 2 more debuffs, just some nice little things, you know, addition to what else she does, which is adding it. Overall, her kit gives away 4 debuffs, which is extremely useful in Wyvern. Alright.
I am at your command.
And now, at number 1, we have the queen of Wyvern, Sigrid. I don't know why everybody just now started to like figure out how powerful Sigrid was in terms of Wyvern. Maybe just because 13 came around and that's when they realized how useful she is. But she is amazing. If you have Sigrid, I 100% recommend building her instantly. Now, build her up for as much damage as you can. She will be your main damage dealer in all regards. With her S2, she is unhealable and bleed. Again, just some nice debuffs. But if you land a debuff, her S3 has very nice abilities, which capitalizes off of the debuffs. So basically, penetrates defense by 30% with an additional 10% for each debuff inflicted on the enemy. Wow. Inflicts extinction, doesn't really matter, but that's also nice for, PvP, going up against, all the Vildreds, you know how it is. Arbiter Vildreds, yeah. And her S1 just increases bleed. Just, you can really stack up debuffs with her, and it's just so nice. Now, I recommend that you build her on a crit damage and crit set. Really maximize the damage and power output as much as you can. Max Moragora her, as I just can't recommend her enough. I built her up and she made the world's difference in completing Wyvern. Now, that's all I really have for today. That was all 10 units. If you guys have any recommendations, any units that you think that's working well for you guys, or if I just missed one, I might have, there's a lot of units, and it is only a top 10 list. But with that being said, if you guys want, leave a like, join the Discord where we talk about everything Epic 7, follow me on Twitter for random tweets and whatnots. And yeah, what next video do you guys want me to do? Do you guys want me to do Golem as Manic? I'll leave it up to you guys in terms of the top 10 videos. I do have a bunch of other video series going on right now, like the character showcases for units that have been showcased on YouTube before, but just a lot longer, maybe outdated, all things like that. So, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a nice day. Peace.